Hello there, Zachary Shade here. In the late 90s and early 2000s, there were a plethora of parody movies and found footage horror movies, and it ran those genres into the ground very quickly. But here we are, over 10 years into the superhero movie fad, and it seems to be just gaining steam. Fuck you, Christopher Nolan. I know a lot of what I'm going to say isn't going to be popular opinion, but it's more than just comic books suck, nerd! I don't automatically hate all superhero movies. I have a layman's understanding of them, because I've seen quite a few of them, and also I have friends who thoroughly enjoy them, which is basically impossible not to be the case, especially if one of your best friends is the internet. I've also probably seen close to 1,000 movies and countless TV shows in the past decade. I used to work at Blockbuster, so I kind of know what I'm talking about when it comes to film and whatnot, but I'm not an elitist about it. I watch movies for entertainment, not to nitpick or overanalyze crap. That being said, it is nearly completely impossible to be objective while reviewing something. So first, I find superheroes inherently a silly concept, and that's my opinion. And on its own, it holds no merit as anything more than an opinion. But it does play into the fact that overwhelmingly, bad guys lose, good guys win, is the end game of any of these movies. If the movie begins with the introduction of the characters, many of whom we already know, and ends with a foregone predetermined conclusion, then really what needs to deliver is the meat and potatoes of the movie, and with a lot of these movies, it just doesn't. Building tension in and of itself does not make for a good movie, and that's what most of these deliver. For an opposite example, take Guardians of the Galaxy. It followed the basic formula, but along the way, it was fun, it was an action-adventure, it was funny, it was silly, there's that word again, but most of all, it was just entertaining, and so it was a very good movie. Compare that to Nolan's 7.5 hours of Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. Batman wins. And it's quite obvious which is the far superior movie, but more on that in a minute too. A superhero movie doesn't have to be fun, per se, for me to enjoy it. Take Guardian of the Galaxy's director James Gunn, his 2010 film Super. That was a very dark movie, almost to the point of being uncomfortable, but it was still very good. And yes, I do consider that a superhero movie, because what's the difference between Crimson Bolt and, say, Batman or Iron Man? It's just some dude in a suit. I mean, they have no difference besides, well, money. What's up with that, anyway? To be a superhero, you either actually have to have some sort of superhuman power, or you can just buy your way in? The fuck is that? Accurate, I guess. But still, fuck you, superhero universe. Anyway, back to Batman, Christopher Nolan's, and specifically The Dark Knight. Here's where I'm going to alienate the most people. That movie was boring as shit. I'm sorry, but I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way. If Heath Ledger was still alive, people wouldn't like the movie as much. I'm not saying that they wouldn't think it was still a great movie, but they wouldn't like it as much. I mean, 4th greatest movie all time on IMDb? That's absurd. And it happens all the time with actors and musicians. Take, for example, Nirvana. Pearl Jam and Soundgarden are both from Seattle, both part of the grunge movement, and both are far superior musicians. But they're not, like, the go-to grunge band because they're all still alive. Back to Heath Ledger and The Dark Knight. Here's the one review that I always hear. Oh, The Dark Knight was so good! Heath Ledger's Joker was crazy! And I agree. It was a great performance. But here's the thing. He only had 33 minutes of screen time in that movie, which was over 2.5 hours long. He was barely in it. That would be like, at work, you only showing up to 20% of your shifts, and everybody being like, oh, they're a cornerstone of this great team. It doesn't work that way. I have to deviate here a minute again, too. The Dark Knight was not actually Heath Ledger's final movie. That was a little movie by Terry Gilliam, who did Monty Python the Holy Grail, 12 Monkeys, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, among other things. Anyway, the movie was called Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, and it was starring Heath Ledger, who died mid-filming. And Gilliam, instead of just scrapping the project altogether, brought in Johnny Depp, Colin Farrell, and Jude Law to play Ledger's character as he traveled through different imaginary worlds. Then, those three actors gave all their income from the movie to Heath Ledger's daughter so that she could have financial security in the future. But no one ever talks about that. Fuck that, right? Wasn't Heath Ledger's Joker crazy? So anyway, take out Heath Ledger's Joker, and you still have 2 hours of movie left, and they're mostly boring. And mind you, boring does not equate terrible. I mean, look at Nolan's other 2 non-Batman movies of late. Inception was 2.5 hours long, and Interstellar was nearly 3 hours long. And yes, they were both boring at times, but at the end, I thought they were both great because I didn't know it was coming and I enjoyed the ride. With Batman, I knew the ending of the movie enough, so once it got boring, I just stopped caring, honestly. I mean, 4th best of all time? Come on! If you look at the 20 or so movies up on the list that come after The Dark Knight, there's some up there that I might not think are the best movie, but I understand why people voted it as highly as they did. The Lord of the Rings trilogy, Star Wars, A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Forrest Gump, Schindler's List. There's stuff up there that are classics, you know. And then there's movies up there that I absolutely are the cream of the crop. Motherfucking Pulp Fiction is behind The Dark Knight. Why? Why do you... And there's also, you know, the aforementioned Inception, Fight Club, The Matrix, fucking Silence of the Lambs, The Usual Suspects. Why do people like The Dark Knight more than those? Another thing I like to think about with any superhero movie or any really summer big budget blockbuster movie is if this were an independent movie filmed for only $10 to $15 million, would there still be anything to it? Is there any substance, or was Hollywood just like, here, have a bunch of money, make things go boom, people like the boom boom? To be clear, Ex Machina, a phenomenal movie by the way, won the Oscar for Best Visual Effects this year on only a $15 million budget, so I'm not being unreasonable. Granted, cities weren't being blown up or anything like that, but on a small budget, you can have a great story and great visual effects. I mean, it was also nominated for Best Screenplay. You know, it wasn't nominated for Best Screenplay? The Dark Knight. Alright, I'll lay off The Dark Knight in a moment. But with its nearly $200 million budget, the only award that was able to win was Best Sound Design? I mean, at least I know why blind people love it. But, yeah, so it won Best Sound Design, and, you know, then it was nominated for Best Visual Effects, Best Cinematography, Best Film Editing, Best a bunch of nominations, but it wasn't nominated for Best Screenplay or Best Picture. How the fuck does that make the 4th best movie of all time? I don't understand. Okay, I'll lay off The Dark Knight. I promise. A movie that I rewatched recently that was not nominated for anything, but still made over $100 million at the box office was 2008's The Incredible Hulk. That movie had nothing to offer but visual effects. I can only imagine the director was like, yeah, I don't care about the beginning. Love, interest, backstory, whatever. Put it in there. I just want to get to the end so we can make them fight. Fight. Yeah, fight. You gotta make them fight. Seriously, getting back to my indie budget point, if they had a tenth the budget they did on that movie, the last 40 minutes of it would have been, and still sort of seemed like it was, just a 5-year-old kid with his Hulk action figure in one hand and his Tim Roth Hulk, his Tim Rolk, his Tolkroth? Hey, Tolkroth. Tolkroth sounds like a mythical sea creature. Yarr, beware the Tolkroth is approaching. The fuck am I talking about? If they couldn't afford it in their budget, the last 40 minutes of that movie would have been a 5-year-old kid with a Hulk action figure in one hand and whatever that abomination Tim Roth became in his other hand, just smashing them together. Just here comes the chopper. Alright, now that all of that is in the past, let's revisit my opinion that superhero movies are inherently silly. The ending of The Incredible Hulk was silly and childlike, and trying to play it off as dark or gritty or serious just doesn't work for me. So if I'm supposed to believe this... Hey, aren't you Clark Kent? That's right, bro. Superman? Where did Clark Kent go? I will, but don't you dare tell me that everything else is business as usual. That's absurd. I start asking questions like, who's gonna pay for the billions in property damage all around us? And if Trump gets his wall, who's even gonna be the one to rebuild it all? That's why my favorite 2 Batman movies are the 2 with Michael Keaton. And possibly my favorite superhero movie is Batman Returns. You want me to believe that nobody has thought that maybe the extremely rich recluse that lives up in the fucking mansion and has the money to build all the technology Batman has might be Batman? Alright, sure, I'll bite. You want me to believe that penguins could raise a baby, a human baby, in the sewers? Alright, well, clearly this universe is fucked up and I'm on board. I don't really care what happens now. I can just sit back and enjoy a woman in a leather catsuit getting thrown off a 10-story building and landing in a dump truck full of kitty litter. Yeah, that happens. And there's still a lot of darkness and drama in that movie. It doesn't matter that there's some goofy shit going on around. And it still follows the formula of, introduce Batman, Batman wins at the end. But there's a story in there that's more than just building tension for the final battle. And that's what I enjoy. I haven't seen it yet, but Deadpool actually looks very promising as well. I'm sure there's plenty of drama in there, which I want there to be, but it also clearly doesn't take itself super seriously, and that's just refreshing to see a fun concept like that. And as much as I love seeing an R-rated movie doing so well at the box office, that opens up a whole new can of worms. The critically acclaimed Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice has already been confirmed that there's going to be an R-rated cut on the Blu-ray release. Fox all but confirmed that the Wolverine 3 is going to be R-rated. And I could explain why this was bad, but I'll let Guardians of the Galaxy director James Gunn take the reins on this one. On Facebook, he posted that, quote, "You'll see Hollywood misunderstanding the lesson they should be learning with Deadpool. They'll be greenlighting films like Deadpool, but by that they won't mean good and original, but a raunchy superhero film, or it breaks the fourth wall. They'll treat you like you're stupid, which is the one thing Deadpool didn't do." So maybe we'll both be wrong and some good will come out of the success of an R-rated superhero movie, but it's unlikely. Hollywood doesn't understand why things succeed, which is why they run ideas into the ground. It's why Marlon Wayans continues to get paid to do shitty parody movie after shitty parody movie, and why Paranormal Activity 17 came out last year. Of course people are still buying tickets to them. Teenagers will always need a place to try and get over-the-pants hand jobs. Doesn't mean that anybody's actually watching the movies or enjoying them. So, 5-6 years down the road, when Hollywood's trying to jam some shit superhero that nobody asked for, like Aquaman, down your throats, don't say I didn't warn you. I'd like to be there and say I told you so myself, but I'll probably have already died of a drug overdose. Good night, everybody! So what do you think of my analysis? Let me know down there in the comments. Leave me a like. Leave me a dislike. Tell me you want to kill me. Tell me you like how I spread butter on toast. Tell me you want to eat my hair. I don't really give a shit. You want to see more videos like this? Tell me that too. Got a suggestion? Tell me that. Don't want to say anything because you probably fucking got better shit to do, like go spread butter on toast? Go do that too. But if you don't got anything to do, you can watch me fuck up now. Hello there. By the director Terry Gilliam. Or Gilliam. I don't fucking know how it's pronounced. blowing up any cities or anything, but the point remains that it won, and also, it was nominated for I'm fucking this up. Another thing I like to think about with superhero movies, or really any big budget. Another thing that I like to think about while watching superhero movies, or honestly any big blood, what the fuck? With its nearly $200 million budget, the only Oscar, the award, Hollywood never understands why things succeed, which is why Marlon Wayans is still making parody movies, and Paranormal Activity 17 just came out last fucking Halloween. That's the season of scary times. Scary time movies. Fuck me.